WandaVision
WandaVision
has completed. It's finished. We finished episode 9. Unsurprisingly, it was called the series finale. It's been, before we kind of sum up how it ended, I think it's been a cracking old ride, don't you?
Me too. It's been quite the roller coaster.
It's quite the roller coaster in all the unobvious Marvel ways.
Yeah.
I've liked the fact that it's felt Lynchian at times.
Yes.
I like the kind of Truman Show feel.
Yeah, I've liked more of the kind of internal battles rather than big explosions that destroy the whole world.
Which we've always said we think
Wanted
is
more
the
about
richer
mental
stuff.
health, yeah, but we're
all
messed
about
up.
that. We're all messed up in our heads, which is why we like all that stuff. But you're right. I think I've found it really rewarding watching Paul Bettany. Really, I mean, Elizabeth Olsen is getting a lot of sort of accolades for this being the best performance since Martha Macy May, where she played a young girl who was sort of dragged into a cult, and it was a kind of, if you haven't seen it, do check it out. She's absolutely remarkable in it. And I read a review over the weekend saying this is her best work since then.
Yeah, she's really good in it, but Paul Bettany's really good as well.
Paul Bettany is so good because
they both had really hard jobs to do, really, because she had to play someone that was kind of trapped in her own grief and something she created, but Paul Bettany had to bring like emotion and like
a lack of emotion as well,
and lack of emotion to a robotic like
AI synthezoid or whatever, exactly, a synthoid or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I just thought it was. I thought it was, impressive that both of them have managed to turn. I know some people cared about both their characters in the Marvel, like before this, and I cared about them, but they were the ones I felt least attached to.
Yeah,
and I was a bit like, all right, but I think it's so impressive that both of them have managed to make us really care for these characters that we didn't think much of.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if I'm honest, it makes me nervously excited, though I'm not holding my breath on this one, nervously excited about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because they're not particularly two of my favourite characters either, and
but it's gonna be Marvel-y, that one, and it's just gonna be them like
it's gonna be a lot of flying.
Let's go here and let's go there,
and when they get there, things blow up.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I mean, even the blowing up. I mean, I have to confess, if I had one criticism of this last episode of WandaVision,
all the fighting.
Yeah, I felt it lent a bit too much an old-fashioned blue-red swirly kind of mystical shit.
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I guess they had to do that because it's to satisfy the Marvel.
Yeah, and it was the crescendo.
It still worked. Yeah, no, I don't think that it went too out of.
Well, and also I think what made it a bit more imaginative in this setting was the fact that you knew that all of that sort of CGI madness was also a manifestation of her grief and her control and her strident attempts. Yeah, so it gave even just watching cleverness in a CGI capacity. It gave it some impetus rather than it just being a big explosion. I mean, I've never ever enjoyed big explosions. I just find them boring. And I'm always just watching it thinking, I wonder how many stuntmen. You also know the actors weren't there. Stuntmen were there. I thought this was good. I thought this episode particularly was strong because, of course, we saw that, was it Hunter or whoever the guy was at Sword? He'd made this new vision, which they refer to in the cast as the Vision. This new sort of white prototype. As if like and he was set in.
Pretty cool looking.
He was really cool looking, frightening though.
Yeah, scary.
Sent in to destroy Vision, as in the vision of Vision that WandaVision has. So it starts to play on so many levels, don't you? You realise WandaVision, it's Wanda's vision of Vision. See? And so Wanda's vision of Vision is battling the Vision created by Sword to essentially disentangle Wanda's vision and then disentangle Wanda. That was all extremely exhausting to it. And then Agatha. I was a bit confused by Agatha.
In what way?
Well, she was trying to take all of the energy away from WandaVision,
She wanted all of Wanda's powers. Yeah.
And then when it looked like she'd got them, she didn't have them.
Yeah, because Wanda had set up that
rooms.
spell so that only she could cast spells.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is...
Got a bit technical there. I felt like
only she was able to then get it all back because she couldn't.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest though? When that scene kicked off, I felt like I was in an algebra class. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, I'm not fully getting the nuanced details of witchery.
But when she went into the big like rooty.
Yeah, the rooty place.
Yeah, she had the symbols round. So
it was a
So she just played her own game.
I thought one of the most powerful scenes in this whole episode, the series finale, episode 9, was where the Vision was facing Vision, and they were talking about, was it the ship of Zeus or something, the ship of Theseus?
Oh right, yeah.
And he was talking, if the wood rots and the wood goes away and they rebuild the wood, is it the ship of Theseus? And I thought. Yeah. This was so magnificently sort of theoretical and philosophical.
Right up your street.
It's right up my street. I was bent backwards on a boat that was rotting, and then it wasn't there, and then it was rebuilt, and then was it still the ship of God? I didn't know. I didn't know which was the ship.
Oh God.
And neither did Vision. And then I thought it was incredibly. I thought it was almost one of the best series ever about how AI gets emotions and then is troubled by that emotion.
Yeah, and they're trapped in
it. We've watched all these films like Ex Machina and all that kind of stuff, which are looking at what point does AI develop emotion, but there's always a sort of malevolent, sort of villainous.
Undertone.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this was totally benevolent.
No, they're actually just.
Yeah.
I love Vision so much. Yeah, no, but I thought that scene was really emotional, especially when he then gave the Vision all of his memories and
then
experiences,
and then he
everything.
went,
So and then the Vision turned into, he was no longer like the white one. He looked just like Vision.
Exactly.
And then he went out.
That's right. And then we had a sort of bit of a subplot where Vision tried to leave, and then they tried to get Wanda, and then Wanda started to release everyone from Westview. So she had to do the thing where morally she had to let everyone go and be a goodie. Yeah. She couldn't be seen to be bad. That's where I got confused with Agatha again, because Agatha was encouraging her to do this. So in a sense, Agatha was kind of asking her to do something good. Yeah. You felt like Agatha was trying to almost defuse a bomb.
I think she was, but it's more that we're seeing it that's not what Wanda wants. So it wasn't.
Right.
It was good.
Yeah, so it wasn't good for us because we were rooting for
Wanda. And I don't
Wanda.
know if she was doing that with good intentions.
Entirely.
It was probably...
Because the Baden that we thought was a Baden from the beginning was a Baden and got arrested, the head of S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah, because they came in when
Boosh!
Because Wanda opened up the portal and all the S.W.O.R.D. people came in.
So there was that. So that all that happened. And then, of course, we moved towards an incredibly sad, tragic end, spoiler alert, as her power and her sort of fictionalized world of sitcom land of Westview closes in on them, and you see it getting closer and closer, and you see them getting more, and they're talking, and he's saying...
Oh no, it also notes, especially the scene when they were saying goodnight to the boys, and they knew that they were just about to die. Like, that was really dark. Really dark. Good night. It's like you're saying good night, kids, knowing you're going to just go up. Yeah, and she was like, thanks for choosing me as your mum. And then he was sad, and he cried. Yeah, Vision cried. You know, that scene with Vision and Wanda downstairs was really emotional, and she was like, you're my sadness, you're my hope, you're especially all my love. It was a really emotional. Crying, we were both in pieces. So I have to say an enormous thumbs up to the team at Marvel for having the courage to really follow this through. And change people's minds as well, because when we started it, we were like, what? Yeah, Jesus. And a lot of people watched the first episode and went, nah. I mean, the only reason we were hooked in from the first episode was that weird scene at the dinner table. Yes, the Lynchian moment. Yeah. If it hadn't had that, it would have been like... Oh, we wouldn't have carried on with it, and we wouldn't have got the richness of this. And I think it's probably one of the most nuanced elements or items within the MCU. Oh, for sure, it's nuanced. They finally did what we've always... Everybody's gone shut the heck up to us about, and what we've always wanted, which is some stuff about mental health. The grief and then of course you've got these two weird little, you've got intertitles in the middle, which was a Krull came along. Was it a Krull or a Skrull or whatever they're called? The bloody things from Captain Marvel. The things from Captain Marvel. You got annoyed because you thought they were referring to Captain Marvel. Like, okay, I say I'm a Marvel fan, but I'm a Marvel fan as in I really like watching the movies. I don't read into the details and the meanings and the who came from where. So I had no idea what that bit meant. I didn't know what any of that meant. I just remember those things from Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel's my least favourite Marvel thing ever. Yeah, so I have apart from Ben Mendelsohn, who even in that, Ben Mendelsohn was a bit rubbery. Yeah, but he was the best thing in it. He was the best thing in it. So that, irrelevant. And then suddenly, right at the end, stay to the very, very, very end, guys. Right at the end, there's Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, in a hut. In a house we want to live in. We want to be there. Talk about isolation. Yeah. She's in self-isolation,
And there's apparently an astral version of her in another room going through an enormous book
of sins.
But as I said to Maddie, I think she's simply looking through her contacts book for Kevin Feige's number to say, I've got an idea for WandaVision season 2.
But you could hear the twins and everything. So
you
she's
could.
Trying to figure out a way of bringing them back.
Can I just ask, does that mean, given that Vision gave the Vision his memories and Vision in her head has gone, is the Vision out there now?
No, so what I thought was that when Vision gave the replicant
the new Vision,
the memories, I thought that meant he wouldn't die with the thing because he came in there. He wasn't the dead one.
Yeah, exactly.
So was that one the dead one, or was that the real one? And is the, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which
was that was the one that died with her at the end of this episode, the one that has been in it the whole way through, or was it the replicant? Because if it wasn't the replicant, that probably means he's out there somewhere and he'll come back to her.
That means,
but they've not hinted at that.
They haven't even suggested that.
So I don't know if they just both died.
Did both die? Did Vision?
Because I'm pretty sure the replicant was the one that flew out of the library and came to Wanda.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the other one went.
Yeah, what the white one?
We definitely don't know where one of the Visions are.
Yeah, one of the Visions has gone missing.
One of the Visions is somewhere and nobody suggested, or they're just both dead.
Or did they both die?
We didn't see them both die.
We didn't see them both die.
Saw one die.
But that means there may be hope for her.
Did they join?
Is she just unaware that the other Vision's out there?
Yeah, I mean, she won't know that there's another
But the new Vision would know she's in there.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I'm confused with that story.
Yeah, can someone clarify? And also, final detail, clearly Evan Peters wasn't the Evan Peters from the X-Men.
Oh no, he's someone Boner.
But...
No, that was his name.
Yeah, no, I know, but he laughed about it as well, didn't he? In the same way. He was kind of cool, just sort of like almost spliffed out of his head, just playing his guitar in this episode, wasn't he?
Hippie vibes,
yeah, hippie vibes. Anyway, thumbs up. We really enjoyed it. Well done, Marvel.
For more film and family fun, don't forget to click the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell to never miss an update.